Hello neighbors, hello. Welcome back to my porch. Just as a reminder, because we are out on my porch, you will hear outside sounds. Like for instance, there are some mildly feral children that live in my neighborhood just around the corner, and I just heard one or two of them screeching. So if you hear them, hopefully they won't interrupt us while we're talking, but it's a beautiful day. Thanks for joining me. We do, as you can see, have a few more things on our agenda than we have for the past couple of weeks. But a lot of it is some proclamations recognizing some workers. So we'll just jump right in. The first item on the agenda, you may remember this was on our agenda a few weeks ago, is our presentation by Marty Haynes. He is the Hamilton County Property Assessor, and he is going to come in and talk to us about proposed changes to how frequently property reassessments are done. So right now in Hamilton County, they're done every 4 years by the Hamilton County Property Assessor's Office, and that is actually where your assessed value comes from that you're taxed on. That amount does not come from Zillow or any other website. It comes from the Hamilton County Property Assessor's Office. So he's going to be talking to us about potential changes to that. There's some legislation that's being considered that's maybe going to move it to every 2 or 3 years. So we'll be hearing from him. That'll be really important if you own property anywhere in Hamilton County to hear that conversation, and that is only going to be during our work session at 5 o'clock. Item number 2 is accept the city's vision for the field, as it is being called, in case you're not familiar with it. It is the Potter's Field cemetery that is actually in Red Bank off of the White Oak Connector Trail. So we basically are going to be establishing a formal partnership with Trust for Public Land so that they can engage the right stakeholders in the community as we look to restoring and honoring that burial ground. So that's what that is. But if you want to hear more about that, we will be having that up for a vote during our regular meeting at 6. Item number 3, this is just during our work session. We'll be getting an update on our Stormwater Asset Mapping status that's being done by Porch Design Solutions. You've probably seen their trucks in and out throughout the city. They've been checking all of our culverts and inlets and outlets and all of those things. And they're going to be just giving us an update tomorrow on where they are on that. So, stormwater mapping is really important to our community because about 70% of our commercial district is in the floodway or the floodplain. So it's really important for us to know what our stormwater system looks like, what its capacity is, where it has potential failings, where we need to do some maintenance so that it doesn't fail. And those are going to be a lot of big projects probably coming over the next few years. But we have never mapped our utility system before, and that's really huge. We have a whole utility system that we operate as the city of Red Bank for stormwater, and we have no idea, all about every single piece of it, and we should have known this by now. So, but it takes money to invest in that, and that just wasn't done before. So we are doing it now, and we're going to get a really good update tomorrow on that. Item number 4, we're just going to be adding another member to the Cemetery Citizen Advisory Board. If that's something you're interested in, I think that might have been the last open spot, but if you are interested in that, if you want to tune in for that conversation tomorrow, we'll talk about that for sure. And if there are any openings and you're interested, you can apply on the website. Item number 5, this is a budget amendment for the donation that we got from the Red Bank Soddy Daisy Charitable Foundation. That was for $45,000 this year, and that's going to help with the money they gave us last year, which was about $23,000, pay to construct outdoor bathroom facilities at the Red Bank Community Center and for water refill stations at the community center, White Oak Park, and I believe the Kids Corner Playground. So really excited about that too, because that'll be much more efficient for everybody, and thankful for them for donating those funds to us. All right, here's one of the proclamations I was talking about. This is a proclamation acknowledging Administrative Professional Day. So we'll be voting on that tomorrow. That day is April 24th. So if you have any administrative professionals in your life, please make sure you thank them on that special day for all of the work that they do. And then item number 7 is Municipal Clerk Appreciation Week. So they get a whole week because they do a whole lot in our court system for sure, and our clerks in our front office as well. So we'll just be recognizing them. Item number 8 is approving a contract with Bravo Fence Company for fence at the Red Bank Cemetery. So this technically was not budgeted for. It's going to cost $24,000, but there was already debt service that had been budgeted for last year to replace fencing, like you saw at the tennis courts, at White Oak Park, at the community center, and I think there might have been one other place. But in any case, our amazing, awesome, wonderful facilities manager, Justin Hedrick, was able to get a really good deal on the fencing and saved us like $100,000. That was planned to be spent on the tennis court fencing, refencing. So there's room within that debt service to actually pay for this new fencing at the Red Bank Cemetery, and we're still like under something like $75,000 in the debt service that we owe. So that's really awesome. Way to go, Justin and Public Works team. Item number 9 is the repair of Unit 786, which is our rear loading garbage truck, in the amount of $12,865. Technically, this particular maintenance issue wasn't budgeted for because, you know, we don't know when there are going to be high needs like that, high level needs. But there is a line item in the budget for solid waste vehicle maintenance. That's $68,000. They've only spent about $30,000 of that, and this is going to cost, oh, I already said it, $12,865. So they still have plenty of wiggle room in there. So it is falling into money that was already budgeted for last year for maintenance. Number 10, I'm excited about this one. It may not sound super exciting, but it's pretty exciting to me. Purchase of bike safe stormwater grates. So our Public Works team has been talking about this for several months now. They've been like pricing them out, basically because we are trying to work toward being a more bicycle friendly community. Grates are a real liability. Stormwater grates are a real liability because their tires can get stuck in them, which then can cause, them to tumble into traffic. That's, not good for anybody, very unsafe. So our Public Works team is asking for us to buy 14 grates. It's going to cost $13,680. That is about the same price that it would cost if we just put in regular grates. But the bicycle safe grates will actually be safe for cyclists to drive over without their wheels potentially getting caught up in the grate. So this is really great news. Sorry, I had to do it. And basically what they're also going to do with that is they want to try to find a way to see if they can modify the existing grates, but they can't do that until they pull up some of the old ones. So the ones that are like really old need to be replaced. Those are the ones that are going to come from that 14. And then they're going to work on ways to modify the ones that we have now. That would end up being, cheaper than if we bought brand new bicycle grates, bicycle safe grates for the whole city. So So that's really cool, and I love that our public works team has been working on that and trying to make it safer for cyclists to traverse throughout our city, particularly on Dayton Boulevard. All right, number 11 is a resolution that I have put forth the last year or two for Teacher Appreciation Week, which is May 5th through the 10th, or May 6th through the 10th this year. So please thank a teacher if you know one, and if you don't, just send out some love into the universe. Maybe donate to a school if you have one that's near and dear to your heart. They can always use help, especially after the garbage that was said. If you missed it in my stories, that Scott Sapicki, who is a House rep, was overheard saying that they just want to throw public schools into the trash can and just burn it up and start all over. So pretty freaking gross. Anyway, we want to show our teachers that we really love and appreciate them and all that they're doing and committing, to our children and dedicating their lives to inspiring future teachers and just helping our kids be the best versions of themselves. So that is number 11. Number 12, this is the second to last item. We are going to be appointing Leslie Johnson, who is our Deputy Public Works Director, to be our representative on the WWTA board, which is the sewer utility. It's Water and Wastewater Treatment Authority. So right now, our representative is Pete Phillips, who is my fellow commissioner, but he has already told everybody that he is not running again in November for the November election. So we're trying to get ahead of the game. Leslie has started going to WWTA meetings with Pete just to kind of get into the flow of things. But this will also help with just like continuity. So in the case that there is an elected official who just is in that role and doesn't run again, it makes it better that we have a staff member who's more likely to have longevity with the city act in that role. And also Leslie is just like super passionate about stormwater and utility, everything, and everything to do with Red Bank. She's awesome and amazing, and we were lucky to get her from the county. So all right, that's number 12. And then last item, number 13, super easy peasy, is a beer board hearing, and the beer board is us. So we adjourn our meeting, and then we start the beer board meeting, which is us, and then we convene, and we adjourn that, and then we go back to our regular meeting. It always feels really silly, but it's legally required. So, but it's David DeStefano with the Rotary Club, and they're going to request to serve beer at the Jubilee, which they have done that at our Jubilee and Christmas parade, I think the past 3 or 4 times. So anyway, we'll just be hearing that, and that's it. That's all there is to it. I don't know if anybody had any questions. It's pretty straightforward. But if you did miss the beginning, I would definitely tune into, if you can't make it to the work session, definitely tune in or watch the recording, because Marty Haynes is going to be talking about property reassessment and the potential changes to the schedule with that. So that's a big deal if you own property in Hamilton County. All right, and I'm wearing this shirt, Be the Change, because I am supporting Be the Change Youth Initiative, and they are having a community dinner, what they like to call community dinners, where they go to local small businesses, small business restaurants on days that they don't typically have high levels of traffic, and they like to hold events on those nights and have people come out and support the small business. They're going to have live music here at Clever Ale House starting at 6:30, so you have 16 minutes to get there. There's Clever Ale House is doing a partnership with Be the Change, where they're going to have a special drink, and if you buy it, Be the Change gets $1 for every purchase of that. So a super great way to support a small business and to support Be the Change and all the work that they do with youth and mental health. So, all right, friends, I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.